symbol tool lesson. Today we're going to explore the symbol tool in Illustrator, of course. We're going to create something looking like this. It doesn't have to look exactly like that, but we just want to explore what kind of options we have working with a symbol tool. You should start off by downloading this tropical exercise AI, and it's going to start off looking something like this. I've already pulled mine up, so I'm going to have one page in Illustrator, and then the other one is going to be the instructions. So I'm just going to go back and forth and then start off on number 1 and then work myself down. You can either follow a video or you can just read the instructions yourself. The instructions are pretty simple in this assignment, so if you just want to do that, that's totally fine. But I'm going to go through it anyways and see what we can make. So start off by just explaining that the sky, mountain, beach, and bottom are single shapes filled with a gradient, which is totally fine, and it's awesome that he already did that for us. Now we're going to change some stuff of the water elements. So let's first start off by hide the other layers. I do that by making sure that I am on the water layer in the layer panel. If you haven't pulled up your layer panel yet, then it's in the window and then layers. So make sure that you have selected the water, and then you go to this little pull down menu, and then you click enter isolation mode, which means that we can click on anything else other than the 4 water elements we have at the bottom. So he wants us to do on the number 1, we're going to just name these 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to do some different opacity and inner glow and outer glow. On number 1, we're going to create a inner glow. So we go up, we make sure that we have selected the bottom one. We go to effect, we go to stylize, and then we go to inner glow. And I think he wanted 36 right here. Click OK. You can't really see a change right off the bat, but I bet it's going to look better in the end. You know, it's all about a process. On the number 2, we're going to create a outer glow. We go to effect, stylize, outer glow, 55. Okay. Number 3, we're going to have to double check what he wanted. Number 3 is 55, and then number 4 is 70 opacity. So 55, and then number 4 is 70, which is 70. Yeah, 70. Click enter, and you can see that they kind of changed the opacity a little bit. And they do have a glow, it's just very subtle. But it's all about the subtle details, right? Okay, so we're done with the waters right now, so we're going to double click off of the side, which turns off the isolation mode, and now we can access all the other layers. So the next step, we're going to use the symbol tool. The symbol tool is located over here. It looks like this. On the instructions, it looks a little bit different, but the new design of the symbol tool is this. So we're going to start off with the starfish. We're going to open our symbol panel, and we're going to drag the starfish onto the symbol panel. And then we're going to select the symbol sprayer tool and spray 10 to 15 starfishes on the lower left corner of your artwork. Okay, so let's spray up the symbol panel, symbols. You have that one. I'm going to turn this in because I don't need that one right now, but I want to have the symbols easy access. So it was what? The starfish. The starfish. So we'll locate the starfish in our layer panel, which is right here. Click on the little box over here, which will make it visible. And you might need to zoom out a little bit because he's placed all the pre-made symbols around the artwork. So we want to make this a symbol, so we select all of this. I just use my selection tool, click and drag over the whole symbol, so I create all. So this is all built by small little parts, so I want to make sure that I get all of them. And then when we have that selected, we click and then drag it into the symbol panel. I'm just going to call this one starfish because I know we have a lot of them, so I want to keep organized. Click OK. And then we can deselect. And then we're going to spray 10 to 15 of them in the lower left corner. So I assume somewhere around here. Go to the sprayer tool, symbol sprayer tool, hold on to see what options we have. So we have the symbol sprayer tool right here, and then we let go. And then you just hold on, or you can click multiple times. You create a lot more of them. Okay. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15. Let's do 15 of them. I just did 15. Maybe that was a lot, but whatever. So we have 15 starfishes in the lower left corner of your artwork. And then we're going to select the symbol sizer tool and hold down Option or Alt. For me, it's going to be Option because I'm on a Mac, but if you're on a PC, it's going to be Alt. And click a few times over the starfish to reduce the size of some of them. Okay, awesome. So hold down Option and then take some away. Oh, I forgot to choose a new tool. I'm just gonna go back to our 15, and then we're gonna hold on to our symbol tool, and then it says what it was this shifter? No, it was the symbol sizer tool. Symbol sizer. There we go. I totally forgot to change my tool. But now we're on the symbol sizer tool. We're gonna hold down our Option, and then click on a few of the starfishes, and then they get tinier. Something like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to try out all the few different symbol tools. So let's see what the next step is. And now we're going to use the symbol stainer tool. I'm going to choose a bright orange and click a few times over some of the starfishes to vary the color slightly. We're going to choose Effect, Stylize, and then drop down shadow on all of them. So I'm just going to go over and choose the symbol stainer tool and then choose a bright orange. Go over here, find the stainer tool, there we go. Choose a bright orange. This is orange enough. And then did it say to hold down any key or anything? No. And then we'll see if we can. Okay, this wasn't really a bright orange, maybe. Let's just do yellow instead. There we go. I guess if you click on them multiple times, they change different. It's like a different scale. Let's try it with some different colors. That's cool. Okay. We've explored that, and then we're supposed to select all of them, have them all selected, and then we were supposed to do a drop-down shadow. So go to Effect, Stylize, drop-down shadow, and then I guess you can just play around a little bit with these, like how large, like where you want the shadow to land, etc. How wide, or like how big the shadow you want it to be, and the blur. Yeah, something like that. And then we're done with the starfish. So we can just deselect these by clicking on the selection tool and clicking somewhere else. Awesome. Okay, so let's go to the next one, seahorses. Drag the seahorse into illustration into the symbols panel. Click and drag 5 seahorses in the lower right corner of the artwork. Use the symbol sizer to reduce the size a little bit. And you can't forget to hold down the Option or Alt, depending on what kind of computer you're using. Okay, so let's go over to our layers panel. I think it was seahorse. We'll show that one. And it pops up over here. We're just going to select it all and then drag it into the symbols panel. We call it seahorse. Click OK. We're going to go to our symbol sprayer tool. Did he say where he wanted them? Lower right corner of the artwork. Okay, let's just place. Oh, I don't want this one to be selected. I want to deselect that one first so it doesn't connect with the whole thing. I'm going to spray some of them here, like 5 of them. There we go. And we're going to make them a little smaller. So we go on our symbol panel and then we go to the sizer, hold down Option, click on those to make it a little bit tinier. There we go. Ooh. My computer is a little slow, so sometimes it freaks out. There we go. And then he wanted us to do a symbol spinner to rotate some of the seahorses a little bit. So let's go over to the little panel over here and then spinner. And then we just drag them a little bit. Oh, that was not. Let's try with this one. Oh yeah, you can see that it has a little arrow, depending on what kind of direction you want them in. There we go. Turn them a little bit. Boom. Okay, that looks perfect. So let's see, was there anything else we needed to do? No. Okay, so let's go to the seaweed. We're going to drag each of the 3 kinds of seaweeds into the symbols panel and then use the symbol sprayer to spray some seaweeds under the seahorses. Okay, we got the seaweed. Open that one. And we got 3 different ones. I'm gonna drag each 3 of them separately. I'm gonna start off with this one, select that one. Boom, we're gonna call it seaweed 1, because I have 3 of them. Take that one. Seaweed 2. And then this little bundle right here. And then drag that one in there. Then seaweed 3. Click OK. And then we go over to the little tool over here. Make sure we have the sprayer tool on. Make sure that we use the selection tool, click over here so we don't have any of this selected when we start. I'm just going to start off with that one and then click on the sprayer tool and then do some of them over here, I guess. Click on that one. Oh, I want to do that one. Something like that. This is not the prettiest artwork. You're gonna have to spend more time. Oh, I zoomed out a little too much. It's not the prettiest artwork, but you're gonna have to spend a little more time making it look more aesthetic. I'm just here to show you the tools and how to work them. So the next step is School of Fish. So we're gonna drag the 3 different sizes of the rainbow fish into the symbol panel and then use a symbol sprayer to place the groups of fish in descending size. Does that mean we have the biggest one in one side and then smaller one somewhere else, I guess? Use a symbol spinner or symbol shifter to turn the fish. To turn the fish, you click and drag in the direction you want them to go. Okay, so let's start by dragging them into our little symbol panel over here. School of Fish, we make sure that one is visible. And then we collect all of them and then drag them into here. Or did he want us to do them in separate? Okay, so we're gonna do all of them in separate turns. So I'm just gonna call this one Fish 1, just to make it simple. Fish 1, Fish 2, and then Fish 3. Boom. Okay, deselect. Zoom out a little bit. That was a little too much. See where he wanted us to place these. Okay, so we can place them anywhere, but obviously we'll probably place them somewhere close to the water, maybe going up here. We're going to select the symbol sprayer tool, select our fish. I'm just going to start over here. Boom. Some of that fish. Boom. It was starting to look kind of cool. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to turn them a little bit. So we get a spinner. See if this works. My computer is a little slow because I'm recording at the same time and doing this. So I'm going to pause right here, but you're going to turn these fishes so they all kind of swim in the same direction. But you know how to use that one because we're going to use, you should use the symbol spinner tool. I'm scared that my computer will crash if I do this. And I want to go through the rest of the steps. But you have the idea of how to do it. We did it with the seahorses and stuff. Okay, so let's hop to the next step. We're going to use the symbol screener tool to vary the opacity of the fish. So we're going to go to the symbol screener tool. Let's see. If it gives us any instruction how to do that one. Clicking and dragging with this tool increases the transparency on this layer. Also spray some more seaweed in the lower right corner. Select the movie color and use the symbol strainer to vary the seaweed color a little bit and to vary the fish color a little bit. Like we did with the sea stars, with the starfish. There we go, with the starfish. So by dragging this one, it should change the opacity. It doesn't really do anything, but I'm scared that it doesn't do anything just because my computer is shutting down. Back and my computer is still a little bit stressed out, but I figured out how to use the opacity changer on the fishes by using the symbol screener tool, which is where we left off. We left off right here with the symbol screener. So you just hold over one of your fishes and then you click and drag a little bit and the opacity should change. There you go. You see? So if we drag just a little bit less, it will change the opacity just slightly rather than too much. I accidentally removed some of my fishes because I turned down the opacity too much. Like that. But you do this slightly over some of the fishes and it should bring down the opacity on them. But do be careful of not dragging too much because then the fish will disappear and the opacity is down to 0. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that and then go on to the next step because I don't want my computer to crash again. So spray some more seaweed in the lower right corner. And then change the colors on some of the seaweed and some of the fishes a little bit by using the symbol strainer, which is exactly what we used down here for the starfishes. You just choose the tool and then choose a fill and then click on whichever fish you want to change the color of. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's go to Seahorse 2. We're supposed to drag the other seahorse to this. Drag the other seahorse to the symbols panel, which will make it a symbol. And it's going to create a mirror image seahorse. So I guess it's going to be the same seahorse but flipped the other way. And then we're going to spray some more seahorses and then reduce the size. And then change the angle of the seahorses, which is exactly what we did over here too. I'm just going to go up and open up the seahorse number 2. I'm going to click on my selection tool to deselect the seahorses we've been working on. And the seahorse number 2 shows up. Oh yeah, it's right over here. So as you see, it's the same seahorse, but just mirrored. So I'm going to drag that one into the symbol panel and call it Seahorse 2. Click OK. And then we're going to go over to our little symbol sprayer tool. And then we're just going to click some over here like that, and then we are going to make them a little tinier by Symbol Sizer. I'm going to hold down Option and then just click on the seahorses. There we go. Go over to the symbol spinner. Change the angle of the seahorse or seahorses. Something like that. Click on your selection tool and then deselect. And then we're done with that one. You can take as much time as you want on these steps to make it look more beautiful than what I do. I encourage you to. My computer is a little cranky right now, so I'm just gonna have to calm myself on all the details. But I want you to all know how to use every tool in the symbol panel, because they can be really useful and they're really cool to use. Okay, so let's go to the trees. I'm supposed to drag both trees in the symbols panel and then put them out in a more or less straight line. Okay, so we got the trees is right up here. So we go over here to see what they, oh yeah, there they are. So let's drag that one into our symbol panel. Tree 1, and then tree 2. Boom. Okay, so let's place those up here somewhere on the, almost on the horizon line, just on the beach horizon line. Make sure that we have the tree selected, and then we'll go to our symbol sprayer. I'm going to deselect because I don't want to be using, I had this one selected before. I don't want to have that one selected right now, so I'm going to deselect and then go over to the sprayer and then spray these in kind of a straight. That was not a straight at all. I'm gonna do Command Seta and then undo, and then see if we can get them up a little bit. That did not really go well at all. Let's see if we can, I double click on our symbol tool over there. So let's see if we can change some settings on how straight they're being placed. Here you can also change the base, like the diameter of the base, basic symbol, so they don't get too big or too small. But these are some settings you can change yourself and just play around with. Intensity, I'm going to change the intensity to a little bit less so I can control the way they go a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Okay, some of those, and then I'm going to go to the tree number 1, and I'm going to place some of those over here. Okay, that's straight-ish. That's as good as we get. I'm going to do this one. It's gonna create like a nice shore to the water. I opened it up in the layer panel. It's called Wave, and then I took that one and then just brought it into the symbols panel to make a symbol of it. And I'll have that one selected, and we're gonna go over to our spray tool, and then we're gonna click over here by the shore. And that was way too long, way too much clicking. I'm just gonna go back and click once, and it's getting a little, my computer's getting a little slow, so it's multiplying my steps, which is not exactly what I wanted. I'm gonna try it again. and click once. Okay, there we go. Finally. I'm just gonna put that one over there to make a smoother line of the water. You can put it anywhere else if you want to make any other effects, but I'm just gonna stay right there when my computer is still happy. And let's go to the next one. Now we're gonna choose the hibiscus leaves and the butterflies and the bubbles. We're gonna spray them wherever we want. Usually the bubbles come from the fish, so we can spray that one somewhere around the fish, but if you want to have them go up more further up for a more like intense effect, you can do that. You can spray them wherever you want. This is your time to be creative. So I'm just going to open all of these, the butterfly and the hibiscus leaves and all that stuff, and maybe even the palm trees. And then you can add these wherever you want on your artwork. I'm just going to start off with the flower and then drag that one in there and call it flower, because naming it hibiscus is going to take too long. And then choose my spray tool and then just spray some of them at the top. Okay, it wasn't like a lot of them, but it's because my computer's a little slow, so if I click once, it's going to click a lot of times, but you can do as many times as you want. And remember, you can change the size of them by going to the sprayer tool and then go to the sizer, hold on Option or Alt depending on your computer, and then desizing some of them. And there we go. And then you should put out all of these, the flowers and the butterfly and the palm tree, wherever you want on your artwork. And then as the last final step, we're supposed to mat the artwork. So as the final step, there's two rectangles. The two rectangles are drawn on top of everything else. Select the mask layer in the layers panel. Choose any stroke or any color and fill. No stroke and choose any stroke and no fill, and draw a rectangle that is bigger than all your artwork, even parts that extend of the artwork. Awesome, two rectangles. Give them any fill, color, choose object, compound, make. Okay, so as we can see, we have some stuff falling off the edge of our artwork. So whenever you're done with all your, all your creativity and all your palm trees and fish and butterflies or whatsoever, we want to cut all these out, the overflow of the artwork. So we do that by first creating maybe a new layer, just so we're sure. New layer, and then we create a rectangle that's the size of this bigger than the artwork, something like that. We do no fill, of course, because we don't want to cover our artwork, and then we do another rectangle that's exactly the size of our artwork, the one in the middle. And then no fill, of course, on that one either. We can have a stroke though, and then you just make sure that you select both of those. Do I have them selected? I think they are selected. We'll just try again. Sorry, my computer is freaking out. It's a lot going on right now. Okay, select that one, and then select the outer one, and then give them any fill, and then choose object, compound, path, make. Choose any fill. I'm gonna choose, let's just choose white. I'm gonna choose white, but you can choose whatever. And then object, compound path, make. There we go. So now we've created like a rectangle with a cut out middle. So you can still see your artwork, but you can't see the overflow part. Like I had flowers up here, and I had some some starfish down here, and whatsoever. So now we can only see my artwork and not the overflow parts. So yeah, this is the whole lesson. Please spend some more time on putting all these out. I couldn't right now because my computer is a little bit stressed because I'm filming everything and having the instructions up and doing the actual Illustrator documents, so it didn't really work out for me, but it will hopefully work out for you. The symbol tools is very interesting and it can make some really cool stuff, so just have some fun and go through all the instructions and all the tools, and then I'm super excited to see what you make for this week's assignment.